Bitcoin bowl is all I have left. Sold my house, my gold, no less. The wolves are circled in my huddling hands, but this man's much stronger than the average man. Today the market has taken another dip to restock, refuel this moon boy ship. My dreams may be futile, oh, this you say, while my Bitcoin bowl keeps charging away. Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
They can now hear us and they can now see us if everything is working. And for some reason, our faces disappeared, but they're back. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty
Doing
good.
great. Yeah,
Great,
thank
thank you.
Man, this is an exciting day for me. I'm a big Bond fan, and what you put out earlier today made my heart happy, for sure. And we have had this booked for I don't know, 1 week, 2 weeks. I don't remember. We were supposed to do it last week, but I had some technical difficulties, and I'm very happy that we had to move it to today.
Yeah, no, it's perfect timing because it's kind of like all percolated to this point. So, yeah, no accidents here, right?
Yeah, exactly. The world wanted this today to happen because we have some memberships in the Yoshi drops, and then we have Pierce Brosnan, and then we have nothing happening in the Uplift world, and as always, wait, I don't know. Gratitude got attacked today with Rails, and all the community plot NFTs got sent out. So we have a lot of things that could be discussed today. I don't really know where we should start, but I think we should start by introducing everyone, because I think everyone that follows the Uplift field, they will know who all of you are. But perhaps not. So a quick introduction. For me, today is the first time I sit down and talk to Yoshi, so that's interesting, that's fun. Blue and Corey, I have spoken with once or twice or a lot of times, which is awesome. It feels like I've known Blue and Corey forever, and it hasn't been that long, to be honest.
Right? Yeah. We've been going through the same thing, right? It's like Blue and I are like basically, long time best friends. We've known each other for 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. And you just first met a few days ago, so that's
right.
Awesome.
The first time we've ever actually been in the same room, it was just this week. And of course, right after I flew in, we came back to the house real quick, grabbed some noodles, those like water noodles, and he takes me to this spring called Barton Springs in downtown Austin, 69-degree water the whole time, and we just like start floating around. And within like 10 minutes, we're having this like ultra brainstorming session that we're used to doing. Only now it's like floating around in this river, which is a lot better. So, and it just then it just spiraled out of control after that. It's been a whirlwind week.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a cold. I'm sitting here. I'm feeling okay. I made myself a drink. It's actually a milk drink with rum, and it's a shaken, not stirred today, nice. Which is what we have to do.
Well played.
I wanted to do the real drink for today, but I did not have that at home, so that's okay. So Yoshi, I'm very happy to talk to you.
Thank you.
Can you please introduce yourself for me and for everyone? Like, I have seen you in other chats, but not like this.
Hi, Andres. Thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Yoshi, just the face of Yoshi Coin. My team is amazing. Blue and Corey and so many more. And Andres, I'm a big fan of you. You're like the leading force of Wax family, you know, old wax chain. Like, so like, you know, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm very happy to have you here, and you guys are doing so many things that I have a really hard time keeping track. And Blue, what is happening?
Well, first of all, you know, let me try to introduce Yoshi in a different way, because he's so humble, right? You know, he
Yes.
doesn't, yeah, I'm just the face of Yoshi. I got a good team. But Yoshi is he's like nobody I've ever met before. Again, he and I met 3 months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, through Ken Bozak. You know, because Ken and I are friends, and he knows that I like to attach music and videos to NFTs. And Yoshi, coming from the music industry, Warner, Atlantic, he has deep ties to just about everybody who's everybody in the music industry. He's on top of that, he's an incredible music composer and producer and engineer. And you know, one day he sends me his Dropbox link, right? And I open it up, and there's like 300 plus like mastered tracks, right? And I'm listening to it, and I go, man, this stuff's good. It's like, and I go, hey, tell me about this music, man. And he goes, oh, it's just stuff that I've, you know, kind of did over the years. And I'm thinking, oh, you just kind of did it, right? It's like, you know, holy shit, this is like amazing stuff. Mastered, high quality, you know, stuff that you would hear like in a feature film, or, you know, just really high quality stuff. And he goes, yeah, you know, do whatever you want with it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Dude, I remember that day. You're like, Corey. He just gave me this entire thing to check this stuff out. And it was like a couple hours before I could check it out. I'm like, wait, all of these are fantastic. What, you mean he just gave them to us? Like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, it just, anyway. Sorry.
So, you know, so it's like here we're sitting on this like gold mine of, you know, intellectual property, this, you know, his life work of music production, personal, you know, compositions, right? And so I don't know, I went to sleep, had a dream, and got on the phone with Yoshi the next day and said, hey, you know, what do you think about this idea, right? And Corey got into the mix, and we just started brainstorming like the how, what, and where, and why, and you know, what's the biggest win-win-win? How can we, you know, leverage this great body of work for maximum win? And that's where Yoshi Drop model came up, which is, you know, in a nutshell, it's you know, going to revolution. Well, it's not gonna. It is revolutionize music through NFTs, digital vinyls, with 6 levels of memberships. And each month, whether you're sitting in clear membership or diamond, you're going to get a random drop of goodness of the membership or memberships you're sitting in. And we dropped 1 million Yoshi coins to a bunch of our friends in the Wax ecosystem. And we gave those for free. And those are used to basically exchange for the 6 levels of membership. Actually, the first 5 levels of membership, the 6th level of membership, Diamond, is a completely different beast, and we'll get into those details later. But in a nutshell, these Yoshi coins, you collect them and trade them up for higher level memberships, clear through platinum, and that's where you get random drops of goodness in the membership or memberships level you're holding. So that's kind of it from a really top level. But, you know, Yoshi being such a well-connected person in the music industry, and he's just one of those guys you just naturally fall in love with, right? And so he's got a lot of friends, not only in crypto, but in the music industry. And so since he's been talking and engaging with a lot of his friends in the ecosystem, who are genuinely mind blown by the Yoshi Drop model and wanting to participate, wanting their artists to participate. We're talking to, you know, artists as well. And since we've thrown this idea out there and we've been building upon it, we've gotten amazing feedback. probably over 100 artists, musicians, submissions who want to be, in this ecosystem, dropping through Yoshi Drops. And, that all stems from, this generous, beautiful man called Yoshi Kondo, who just so selflessly, selfishly gave an immense amount of his life work to a bigger cause than just, what's in it for me. I've even had, I always ask partners coming in to work with me on levels, like, I always ask them, like, what's your win, right? Like, everybody's win's different, and I want everybody to win, right? Anders, your win is going to look different than mine, and Corey's going to look different than mine, and vice versa. So I always ask, like, what's winning to you here? And I'll never forget. And he's just like, I just want you to own the music industry. I want you to take it to a better place than where it's at. It's like, that's my win, is to see you just to thrive and to change music for the better. He wanted to see a win-win-win in the music industry. And I'll never forget that day, because I was like, I got off the phone and called up another business partner of mine who's the CEO of Legend, Mike Rockwell. And I told him the story, and I go, I mean, who does that, right? I mean, who does that? I mean, I produce music, I write music, I understand what goes into it. And it's a journey, and and to get to the music quality that he's produced, it's beyond my capability. And I know what I can produce, and it's not easy, right? So for him to just offer this up to hopefully change the music industry in a positive way, with not even asking for monetary compensation, right? That was his win. It was just like, I want to see you change the face of music. If this can help, awesome. Since then we've pulled him into the organization. We're going to make sure Yoshi wins in an epic, big, beautiful way, whether he likes it or not. But this is all
going to win in an M Blue way.
I'm sorry? He's
going to win in an M Blue way also.
Yeah. Everybody who works with me has to win. That's just part of the agreement. So all of this, and it's just a passionate, thriving community of just good people, right? And this is all spawned from, really talented, selfless man who just wants good things in the world, and built on music, right? So I'm so fortunate to be in the position that I'm in, just kind of helping, steer the ship of goodness.
Yeah, okay, so Yoshi Drops. People have seen the coin. I mean, there's a million of them. People have seen them. They appeared in everyone's wallets. Yeah, exactly. So they are not news to people. They have seen that they exist. They have seen that they look like this. Here's the website. We can see that there are different kind of levels of the Yoshi coin. We can see that there's clears, there's black, silver, and everything. And right now you can get the first two. That's from today. And you do that by transferring these. And we actually had a question in the chat. They said that they were supposed to be burnt to be upgraded, and now you transfer them. What's the story there?
Yeah, well, at first, when we first were thinking about this, just because I've kind of come from the whole burn upgrade school of thought, right? With all the other drops we've done with, Tiamo and this and that, right? There's always burning upgrade. But then through one of our Yoshi drop discussions with Corey and Yoshi, we're thinking like, why destroy these? Because they can be used to incentivize more wins as the ecosystem grows. I mean, we're targeting millions, we're foreseeing millions upon millions of users in the Yoshi ecosystem, right? So at some point, 1 million coins, which will be deflationary anyways, because some of them were dropped, probably bot accounts, some will just be lost, some will be burned, some will be, who knows, right? So it's naturally deflationary anyways. But why destroy that value when you can capture it and then recirculate it back out into the growing ecosystem in a meaningful way, to where it's just a bigger win-win-win, and to be able to empower more, right? Instead of, destroying it, right? And Corey's got some really great insights on this too, and he's a huge collaborator in this ecosystem too. He's got such a great mind around DeFi and creating value.
And giving away $1 million.
Well, the story is, hey, originally I was thinking like, hey, I'm thinking about doing these Yoshi coins and maybe putting out like, I don't know, 400 or 600 of them. And what do you guys think? And Corey is just like, he's like thinking like, why not 1 million? Right. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, how does that work? Right. Then we started like thinking about like, okay, so that's when the barn doors got busted open, right? Corey is like, he's 100xer type of guy, right? He's not gonna.
Yeah, I got that from hanging out with you, though. Let's be fair. Like, I've been kind of pretty good at that for most of my life. Hanging out with them Blue, you just sort of like just standing near you on Zoom calls. I just get some of the wizardry every once in a while, and that's kind of how that happened, I think.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So Corey just kicked open the barn doors, and it was just like a whole new world, right? Like, because now we're thinking like, think big, like what's the worst that can happen? What's the best that can happen, right? And the best happened, and it just made the vision so much bigger and clearer, and it was just what needed to happen, and and it's happening. It's pretty amazing. And
before I go into another question that I have, Yoshi, how does it feel to have over 1 million copies of your face as NFTs?
Incredible. Yeah, I remember last time Blue was talking about let's do 60, right? And I'm like, I hope I'll sell. I hope I'll sell out. And then next thing you know, it was like 500,000 minted. I'm like, what's going on? Like, so crazy. Yeah, insane.
Yeah, and they are okay. If we just go to the price today, they are going up in price today, and for obvious reasons, because you actually have utility for it today. You can upgrade it for something new, which is very exciting. But like what you guys are doing with Legend Art, as I understand it, is the umbrella. It is a separate project, but it's also the master of them all. Is that correct?
Yeah. So, well, the journey actually was Uplift Art. It's kind of like this philanthropic technology company that leverages blockchain and NFTs to create win-win-win. And so that kind of is what Legend was kind of born out of. And, we're really looking out into the NFT scene from Ethereum on down, and seeing that there was really no like high-end curated platform that was just high-end top to bottom, right? And knowing how big the fine art collectible space is in the world, right? If you're, in the top millionaire, billionaire class, sometimes, a quarter to a third of your portfolio is in actually fine art that isn't liquid, really. I mean, it's not easy to move a $2 million painting, right? Or higher. So family offices and very rich, businesses and people, they will, basically hedge in fine art. And this stuff that just gets warehoused, right? So most of the fine art that's really expensive fine art is just warehoused in climate controlled, secured buildings that are just sitting there in the dark, waiting to be sold 50 years from now for, 1,000x, right? Or whatever. And so we just know that market is going to move into this market, because now you can have, incredible fine art pieces that actually, have dimension to them, right? So now you can add video and animation and stuff to it. So now you're moving into a world of fine art, the top artists in the world, with layers of depth to it. There's now liquid to a global audience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? Without having to ask permissions, without having to ensure it in a climate controlled building, to have to send it, across the world in an assured, secure way. All of that stuff is going to degrade at some point. It's all going to go bye-bye at some point. So this way you can actually, you can either attach those physical existing fine art pieces to the blockchain as is, or you can start from the get-go and have top artists in the world just creating digital fine art pieces from the get-go and offering that to their collective ecosystem, right? So that's what we really wanted to build with Legend, is this top end, Christie's type of brand for the celebrated high-end artists to come and have an ecosystem of their own. And that's Legend Art, built by artists for artists. Of course, we have a lot of technicians involved, which are artists too, in their own right, because
exactly,
good code is art. So that kind of stemmed out from the Uplift.art. Yoshi Drops, of course, stemmed out from Uplift.art. The Uplift World, I met Corey, the founder of the Uplift World, during our first drop together, which was I'm Not the Bubble. So he and I did a remix of the original song, My Bitcoin Bull NFT music.
The intro of all my videos.
Oh, is that on your? Oh, dude, that's righteous. Yeah, no worries. We just did the intro. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not Yoshi famous, and I never will be, but like a little bit more.
You're doing everyone's intros. So good.
Yeah, Ken Bozak. That's Corey singing and playing that mad guitar.
Oh, I'm serious. You can't, like, on all this stuff though. Like, I literally send sketches to MBlue and Yoshi's done it now too. I send these guys sketches and they turn it into like beautiful works of musical art that I could never do. It's not even remotely on the table. So anything that you hear me in at all, these guys have basically elevated it from a 1 to 100, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's got the butter voice though. I love Corey's voice. And in fact, him visiting, I actually co-opted him to do the recent Yoshi Drop, commercial, basically a 1-minute commercial about the system that's out there now. But yeah, so the Uplift World came about, from engaging with Corey, who founded it and developed this, Minecraft metaverse built on gratitude and win-win-win economy. So it's kind of all, the Uplift World, Yoshi Drops, Uplift Art are all underneath the parent company, which is Legend.art.
Yeah, and that's good, because the real question was how they were related, and you just went through that in a more interesting way. So that's awesome, because they are related, and for some people that might be hard to track. And I even see those that are inside the Wax ecosystem, like live here. They literally live on the money from the Wax ecosystem, and they have a hard time keeping track of this. Because there's a lot of things happening.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So there's a lot, like Legend Art with Pierce Brosnan now. There's more people that we look at this, because that's a name that everyone knows. The artist that we just done, James Jean. A lot of people didn't know that, but if you go into his social media, you can see that he has a big following. You can Google his name. You will find a lot of art or a lot of background of that guy as well. How do you go about finding these people, and is it a hard thing to convince them that NFTs and the art is where they should be going?
Well, fortunately, we have another partner on the Legend team. His name's Ty Carter. and he was the head creative director for Netflix until he left to come aboard Legend. And he's just probably one of the most tapped in. Well, he's definitely the most tapped in guy I know in the art community. He knows 1 degree separation to anybody you can name famous in the art world, and also in the entertainment world too. So he's super tapped in, and he's basically been talking to hundreds of acclaimed artists. So we have a pretty deep lineup for Legend.
Nice. And one question I want to ask here right now: have you launched the biggest name yet that you have signed already?
No. There's well, as far as like popularity, no. As far as like, Twitter followers or Instagram followers. But James Jean, the fact that we launched with James Jean, that's pretty telling, because James Jean, for those of you who don't know it, he's one of the most respected artists in the art world. He's not necessarily the most famous. He is famous, but I'm just saying, like, he does what's called mixed media. Like he does fine art. He does huge murals that sell for millions of dollars. He does digital art. He does jewelry. He does all kinds of things, but everything he does really well. Right. So there's a lot of artists that really focus just on fine art, or focus just on digital art, or focus on this type of art, or focus on. He's a guy that crosses most spectrums in the space, and he does it all really well. And all of the big time artists that are really known for this, or known for this, or known for this, everybody just loves him, right? So if James Jean, it's kind of thing like, if James Jean's doing it, I want to do it. So the fact that we started with James Jean is just huge, right? I mean, we couldn't have, I mean, to be clear, from day one, when we were dreaming of Legend.art, me and the other founder, Scott Minter, who unfortunately passed away about 6 months ago, he and I started off using James Jean in our mind as the first artist. Like, what do we need? How do we need to create like Corey says, let's start back from the backwards. Like, what's the end goal? So we started out, okay, what do we want to achieve? We want to achieve James Jean. That was our pick for artists to launch on Legend, right? We didn't really think that was going to happen, but that's what we started with. And so we said, okay, what does it need to look like? What does it need to do? What's the theme? What's the mission? What's the logo look like, right? And we went through like a 3-month exhaustive, search just to create the perfect logo and own the L. Like Facebook owns the F. We're gonna own the L. And so lo and behold, as the months and weeks and months passed, through Ty Carter, onboarding Ty Carter, we were able to get James Jean on the platform.
So you start by the end goal. Where do you go from that?
Yeah, and Corey's really good at that too. It's like he's really reminded me of the power of starting with the end result in mind. Like, what is it? What's the end result? And then working backwards. It's powerful.
It's super fun, because we're like, what's the most absurdly massive end result that we can imagine? And between the two of us, it's usually pretty effing big. And then we go, okay, well, what's even bigger than that? And then we work backwards from it. And what's really nuts is that, we work with such an amazing team now that, like, if it was just M Blue and I in a room, right, and we're like, hey, let's take over the music industry, that's ridiculous, like completely ridiculous. And now you add Yoshi in there, who's connected up the wazoo. He's the most amazing connector networker I've ever seen in my entire life. And we have the entire Legend team, and we have the entire Uplift team, and we have devs coming in from all over the place. And we have this entire community of which, Anders, you're an amazing part, where we just get to kind of communicate this idea. There's people that trust us because of, you know, what we've done before and have put that trust in us. And of course we spend all of our time trying to live up to that, right? It's everything for us. And, you know, we get to actually come up with insane ideas that then have like a really good probability of becoming real. And we talked a lot about that over the last few days hanging out together. It's like, that's crazy. Like we get to come up with truly massive ideas and then put them into like on a really amazing track to get accomplished. I just think this is the most amazing time that I've ever been alive in my entire life. It's messed up.
Yeah, because building school is not enough, so now you build something bigger, right?
Man, Anders, I remember like when we were talking, you know, at the beginning of this year, and we had just raised 30,000 for charity for Haitian Roots to feed, you know, some of the kids over there, right? And that was massive, right? I'm getting all teary-eyed, and like we did this thing, and it was amazing. And you know, we're deciding, okay, well, what are we going to do in 2021? And the biggest idea we could come up with, and it was super scary, is like, let's build a school. It's only going to cost $450,000. There's no way we probably won't hit it by the end of the year, but like we'll try our best, right? And I think like we're like really close to that goal, and it's halfway through the year. So like now, you know. I guess
well, when Wax was mooning, we surpassed it, but
by a lot. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway.
Well, you know, and also just to iterate on not iterate, but to expound on one of your points about the team, right? I mean, we have this amazing high level team, global team. I mean, just a few team members. You know, our head of marketing for Legend came from head of marketing from Nike Converse. Our head of UX and UI came from the head of UX and UI from Disney and then Fandango. Our head of product came from head of product from Ticketmaster. So we got some like, and that's just naming 3 people on our team. Our whole team is just freaking rock stars, top to bottom. But just to, I don't know, just to be so in a moment of gratitude and disbelief, like I can't believe I just said that, right? But
and you're not kidding, and it's real. Yeah, I have that moment all the time.
Yeah, it's just incredible. And, you know, the CEO, Mike Rockwell, who's the captain of Legend and kind of overseeing the whole landscape, is not only just a great friend of mine, but just an accomplished, seasoned professional that built some of the largest data centers in the world for Amazon, Google, Microsoft. And he's just a guy that's got the right values, and he's smart as I could ever hope to be, right? I mean, he's the guy. If you want, you know, I told my wife, I don't know what kind of CEO it'd take to run Apple or Microsoft, but it would take a guy like that, right? It'd take a guy like Rockwell. So to have him, you know, at the helm is such a blessing, because without him, you know, none of this would be here. I mean, it's just the things that he's got to keep together. You know, I've been on a zillion Zoom calls with him, and every meeting, man, he just impresses.
Awesome. Yoshi Coin, when will we see a duet with the other people and your music and everything? What is up there?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming in, but I heard that you got some collabo huge thing coming with the Yoshi Coin, right? And might take your country by the storm, right?
I don't know. What? I don't know. I have a stone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun things happening everywhere, and it's hard to keep up with everything. That's for sure.
Yeah, but I think a Anders Yoshi Drop collab is in the cards.
Awesome.
Yes.
That'll be great.
Yes. It's yeah. Since I have nothing to do, we need to do more, and like like the whole Legend Art family is amazing. I try to be part of everything as much as I can, and it's hard to keep up with everything. It's very hard. It is like I try to, I don't know. I try to do everything, and it's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
I just gave up on trying to understand the whole. It's just too big. It's just growing too fast. It's awesome, right? It's
Yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
but it's just, yeah. I mean, unless you have nothing else to do, that's the only way you could stay up on. If your full-time job would be just keeping track of everything that's happening in the wax.
Yeah,
N3
trying
ecosystem.
and failing to keep in track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool,
I'm trying my best to get a minion, but it's hard to get a minion as well. You have to
Yeah.
pay them, and then you have to find one that is good, and then you have to train them.
Yep.
So that's it.
True.
But yeah, and yeah, we are in discussions about the collaboration, and we are getting things working in the background. So we will see what happens there. That is very, very exciting. Yeah, that is very exciting. And I think we should leave it there. I like to tease people. I like to not tell and show too much about it.
yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
that's good. And
don't
we'll see
get
what
too
happens.
excited.
Don't get excited. Nothing is happening. But okay, so we're not doing anything. Pierce Brosnan is coming. The Uplift world is exploding. There's all the community plots went out today to all the community, and whatever will happen there. Now all the communities can start to invite people to play, whatever that means. So there's nothing happening there as well. And YoshiCoin just launched the new membership, so nothing is happening there as well. Why are you guys never doing anything?
Yeah, we're just lazy, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, Yoshi, can't you go through the membership? What does it actually mean? What can people expect from it? I don't know. Where should we start?
Well, first of all, yeah, can I chime in real quick? Because we've got the Pierce Brosnan drop happening today. It's going to happen right around 4 p.m. Eastern time. It was going to happen at 12 p.m. Eastern time, but we've pushed it back to 4. And that is going out to everybody that still holds. Well, first of all, we had a live stream earlier today where I personally bought 270 Yoshi coins. So that can mean 3 silver memberships for me. And I'm going to give those 3 memberships away, 2 to some dear friends and 1 to an uplifter Yoshian in the ecosystem that I haven't found yet, but somebody that really tickles me and I feel that they're giving, great value and smiles to the ecosystem. So I bought 270 so I can give 3 memberships away. And so right now what we're doing is we're upgrading the first 2 levels out of 6. We're upgrading to clear and black. So it takes 2 Yoshi coins to upgrade to the 1 clear membership. And it takes 30 Yoshi coins to upgrade to 1 black membership. And later today, I said 4 p.m. We've got a special badass. It's really exceptional. Pierce Brosnan Yoshi Kondo collab piece that's dropping to everybody that holds 2 coins, or a black or a clear membership. So those are going out today. If you don't want those, then
send them to me.
Burn your Yoshi coins or sell them before 4. So that way you don't get some amazing like Pierce Brosnan Yoshi Kondo piece in your wallet. So that's huge. And that's also pointing to legend.art for the Pierce Brosnan drop on Sunday, which is just badass. I mean, I'm completely in love with what's being delivered on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can go to lgnd.art for that information. But some truly just exceptional pieces dropping on Sunday.
Is it all of these pieces on Sunday, or is it one at a time, or how does it work?
The free drop is happening for the Yoshians today.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the pieces are going for sale on Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it an auction, or is it first come, first get it?
Yeah, no auction on this one.
Nice. So it's and okay, how can you pay for these? People need to understand that as well, because this legend art is a little bit different here, right?
Yeah, well, so we started out because we saw, launching, our first goal was to get credit cards in a secure, regulated way on the platform, to be able to buy NFTs with credit cards. Now we've just introduced Wax, so this will be the first drop where you can pay in credit cards or Wax. Okay. The next phase coming out, I believe next week or shortly after that, will be credit cards, Wax, and Ethereum. Okay. At full tilt in not too distant future, we're gonna have a full-fledged marketplace with legend assets only. So again, we're curated high end. It's the Christie's of the NFT space. And we're going to be, at that time, we're going to be fully integrated for credit cards in all the major cryptos, including Wax.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's not easy because we got to do things in a meaningful, compliant, scalable way. So, it's a lot of technical things that need to be put in place in the right manner in order to get it all live and working. That's why there's this, phased rollout. But it's looking good. We're happy. We're hoping that we have the full platform live, production ready, right when the crypto market decides to boom again, and the NFT space is just on fire. I mean,
but the NFT space the trading volume has been crazy good, even though the crypto has gone down.
Yeah. Well, Ethereum though, the NFT space in Ethereum is pretty much, dwindled quite significantly. Wax is another beast. It's still thriving and kicking ass and taking names.
That just shows that we are doing the right thing here. I mean, someone asked me today about NFTs on Ethereum. I just responded, I don't do NFTs on Ethereum because it is slow, it is expensive, and most of it is actually boring. I mean, there are a lot of art that is good, don't get, but all like the games and all the different features, no. There are exceptions, but in general, they don't stand up with the quality that we find on Wax or the ease of usage or everything here.
Well, and comparing the Ethereum NFT standard to atomic asset standard is like a joke. I mean,
yeah.
They think that they're on a secure platform. They're in Ethereum because they think it's just the more secure place to hold value. But the NFTs, I mean, the images can be, it's a JSON file that's hosted, centralized in most cases. So you can have the NFT and perhaps no image 5 years from now, right? Yep. So what value is that? So that's
they do not have an IPFS hash, or they do not have the image on Ethereum. That is on a centralized database, just as you say, and people need to understand that is a piece of junk.
Yeah. So
did I say that? Yeah, I did.
I mean,
I think once people really wake up to that, then we're going to see a mass movement over to Wax. I mean, it's battle tested. It's purpose built for NFTs. It works. It's just it works, right? And it works well. So I think we're just at the very beginning stages of just a tsunami of goodness here.
Yeah. So now we can let Yoshi speak. The question I asked before, what is happening with the membership? What can we expect from that?
Well, we're gonna roll out 2 first, and you can expect digital vinyls. I'm talking to over 100 artists. That amazing. We're gonna be rolling those out in time. If you have a gold membership, those in the future, they're gonna have, of course, not better, but rare digital vinyls, right? And then also we have a community collab, like Yoshi Drops collab. And then we're thinking about doing concerts inside of Metaverse. Music City will be up. A lot of people are gonna be rolling out. I don't know, we're not doing nothing there, obviously. So It's nothing to talk about there.
Just name dropping Music City. So I might know. Well, I'm pretty sure I know what that means. But can you do you want to explain what it actually is?
Ori?
Music. I mean, imagine. I mean, like everything that we're doing, we're gonna end up having some very meaningful place for it to live in the uplift. So you're gonna end up someday going into Music World, seeing Yoshi Tower, right, and be able to go and visit the music installations, the community builds and plots for these dozens and soon to be hundreds of musicians and artists that are coming in to collaborate with us, right? You'll be able to walk in this world like it's freaking Disneyland, but you'll also be able to engage with them, right? We're really close to having the Punchline Get thing, like that. We're going to publish a lot of information online so that projects can tie into that and gamify the experience of coming to their land and to their builds. Maybe you punch this sign like a button and it gives you a free NFT or a free NFT chance or whatever, right? Like there's a million different things that kind of iteration can do once we put that power into people's hands. And so, yeah, it's Music World is like just, Yoshi Disneyland in the uplift.
So you can actually go into Minecraft and you can go and have fun there and explore it.
Exactly.
We're giving a chance here, guys, to really, really help music and people who loves music, right? Either you loves music, listen to it, or you play forever long time or just starting music. Like they can, they can change their way of doing things significantly. Like it's completely different type of situation here that we can provide them with. It's not like in a past where only 5 people can get a spotlight out of million. Now we can put on spotlight on million. And then you know what? If they can make $10 million, it's okay. Like if I see someone pay their rent this month because we're doing uplifting and this, and that's a win right there for him and for me.
Yep.
We're gonna see that.
Yeah, I got offended once when mBlue tried to tell his story that he was not a successful musician, and then he said that he lived on his music for I don't know a decade. Like I don't know. People expect you to be like I don't know, like Justin Bieber or all of these big names, Eminem, that everyone actually knows about, and that is success. Everything else is a failure, and that is just stupid. And I know that he tries to be humble and everything, but he should be proud of his work and feel like, hey, I worked a decade as a musician. I played music, and it was enough to feed me and pay my rent. He probably had a struggle sometimes, but he could do it. That is success. There's nothing else.
That included living in my car for a period.
That's part of it, right?
Yeah, but I gone through something like that. Everybody who really do music seriously, they all have to go through it, and I want to see them not go through it. And I would act like the old people, like, hey, I used to no, couldn't do anything with my music. Now, let's make that happen, right? And it's gonna help big labels too, and it's gonna help everybody. So I'm not worried here about the money, who's gonna get more and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's solid, and I can really relate. Like 2 years ago, I was in debt to my tax office. I couldn't even pay it. I had to move. I had no money at all, and now I just bought a car from trading NFTs that has the NFT plate in Sweden. So my car has the plate is NFT, which is I just did that for fun just to make, like, for me that's a big joke, because I think things like that is stupid, which is why it makes it so much fun to have it. And now I'm also buying a farm together with my brother to start to grow my own food and everything, which is awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
So fantastic.
Like, great. Everything can be enabled just by working hard, and like, even though I love that people are humble, you shouldn't be cocky. You should be humble and grateful and show respect to everyone. You also need to feel good about your work when you have reached some kind of success. and that goes for more. I know that Corey was in a hard space before, and now he with the Apply World. I don't know what happened there.
Me neither. Yeah, no, it's well, I mean, when the pandemic started, I was a musician, and that was my job for 12, 13 years, and gigs went away completely. And it wasn't until I met mBlue that I made any money, last year at all. And then, I made more in a couple months while also raising $30,000 for charity to feed some kids in Haiti than I made in like the last 2 years in music. Like, it was bananas. Right. And of course, mBlue's and Yoshi too, they're running through the world trying to figure out, okay, how do we set other people up so that we change their lives? Like, I know them really well now. I know this is literally what they think about when they wake up in the morning, right? And we're doing these big business things, so we're doing it for ourselves too, but they genuinely are thinking, how do we lift other people up? And that's who I emulate them. Like, I want to be these guys when I grow up, which is never going to happen. So I'll like at least get a little bit closer as far as the growing up thing. But, we have this opportunity now, once you achieve any kind of success whatsoever, it's like, how do we create an easier on-ramp so that other people get to experience, this amazing kind of creative place that you can be in when you just have the safety of having like enough, we're good, right? And we're going to have more, and more is going to come in, and we're going to make sure that it gets out to more people. And that just creates an engine that's really beautiful. I just want to be a part of it with them. Yeah. And also, we have to go to the airport. I just looked at the time. I'm like, oh crap.
Okay, so that's good. We can we have been talking about this for almost an hour, and I think since you have a deadline, I think that is good. Like, we have Pierce Brosnan that is coming on Sunday, if I understand it correctly. Sunday in 3 days. And
8 p.m. Eastern.
Yesterday, I told my girlfriend, hey, it's Tuesday, and no, it's not Tuesday, and today is I don't know what happens. I'm a bit confused.
Thursday.
But Sunday in 3 days, 5 hours, 3 minutes and 53 seconds, you will be able to go here and you will be able to buy some Pierce Brosnan NFTs. And if you have some Yoshi coins, 2 of them, in your wallet at 2 p.m. EST, was that the EST is the correct time zone?
Yeah, 4
p.m. 4 p.m.
Well, we've already done the snapshot. Oh, okay. So that was done about an hour ago. So if you had 2 Yoshi coins in your wallet and a clear or a black membership, you're going to be receiving a Pierce Brosnan Yoshi Kondo drop, which is totally badass. Be sure to listen to the audio of it.
And Yoshi, how does it feel to have a collaboration with Pierce Brosnan? I mean, I would be excited.
Yeah. Oh my God, crazy. I mean, how I feel right now about everything is just mind blowing.
I mean, you're working with James Bond now.
Yeah, right? Like, what?
The James Bond.
Oh my God.
And that's real. And it's just what? It's just a Thursday. It's just how we roll.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just another day in the world of NFTs and crypto.
Honestly, yes. Andrews, I can't wait until you meet the band we're talking to tomorrow. They are effing good, like groovy as hell. And I'm really, really optimistic that we're going to be able to do something with these guys. And again, guys we wouldn't have met except for the man, the myth, the legend, to borrow Nick's phrase, Yoshi MF and Kondo. Holy macaroni.
Oh Corey.
Yeah.
Everybody stop it.
No, I never will. You're too cool, man. That's just it. You're just going to have to live with it.
Yoshi. 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 Swap.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I was thinking it. I'm glad you did it.
Yeah.
We stormed your stream today. So
that's awesome. It's awesome. I'm grateful to have you. Thanks for coming on, and we'll meet again very soon. We have to do this again and more frequently. This is awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Freaking love you, Anders.
Thank you.
My Bitcoin bowl is all I